Hello everyone and welcome back to a short EP review. In this video I'm going to review Slut Pop by Petras. So for me, Petras is a pop artist which I've seen the potential and I think that she has done some interesting jobs in the past. I've never really been particularly that much invested or that much amazed by what she has done, but she definitely did some pretty intriguing works. She also appeared on tracks of Charlie XCX and similar artists, and she definitely went into some refreshing ideas when it comes to pop music. So for me, yeah, Petras is an artist that I've never been really that much amazed by their works, but I was looking forward to see that they come. But with Slut Pop, this is like a huge disappointment, and I don't really know where this even came from. I'm simply bewildered by the downgrade of quality out of this release. Now I think it's not hard to understand that just by looking at the EP title and the title of every single one of the songs, that we're talking about an explicitly sexual, vulgar and nasty and hedonistic release. This release constantly talks about sex all the time, and I personally obviously don't have any issue with that. The thing is though that this one is of really bad taste. Now, in my opinion, stuff like this can have their appeal and be done in a nice way, but I think that what Petras did with Slut Pop is like a really poor attempt of trying to do like a sexually liberating project. The music really gives a throwback of the trashy era of the 2000s, which was not really that much of a good era, and it's not like bad to bring this back, but with something more refreshing to it. What we get over here though is some extremely outdated stuff, and yeah, it doesn't sound good. It's of really bad taste and it sounds like trash. It has the trashy aesthetic, but it doesn't really extend beyond that. There's not something that interesting about it, and even lyrically it feels so poorly done and so poorly made, because like I said, you can't find similar artists that would make some really vulgar and sexually explicit stuff that would actually have some clever bars and be cleverly crafted. Take for example, in my opinion, Cupcake's works, or even Yes Erotica, if you want to even connect it instrumentally with some hip house and dance pop works that would have a throwback aesthetic to them. I think that those are two perfect occasions of artists managing to do some tracks with really hedonistic lyrics all the time that don't sound extremely cringy. On the other hand, what we get with Slut Pop is just really poor in its execution, as it's just really simplistic to the point where you just simply have lyrics about, being a slut, having sex, being a throat goat. There is nothing clever or smart about this, there is nothing intriguing. It's just really simple and it feels so effortless, and even instrumentally, like I said, extremely outdated stuff with nothing particularly interesting about them. The tracks are also really short, they feel like filler material. The structure is not really that good. Most of the tracks sound extremely repetitive, not really having that much to them. And also what makes the situation even worse is that this is basically produced by Dr. Luke, which is known to be a sexual abuser, which I think is extremely unfortunate, because Petras at least gave me the impression that she's one of those sexually liberating artists. So yeah, that definitely felt strange to me, to say the least, and this also gives you further reason to not really listen to this and just move on to something else. Now, to be fair, I don't think that this release is just garbage from start to finish and that it's borderline unlistenable. I think that you can find a few sort of enjoyable elements about it, but I think that it's in very small portions, and it simply has to do with the fact that I can sort of enjoy some material when it comes to like hip house. For example, I think that the track Superpower Bitch is somewhat enjoyable. At moments like Treat Me Like a Slut, it's not really that bad. But in case of tracks like Slut Pop, this track, in my opinion, yeah, it was definitely garbage. It is a very first track and it definitely gave me a bad impression of how it started things. And there is also the very tasteless throat coat with all of the sounds that it throws together. The lead synths out of the track, they wanna fuck, sound of like really poor taste, and Your Wish Is My Command is possibly the worst moment over here with its atrocious autotune vocals, which is like another thing. The vocal deliveries and the autotune on this one, it sounds like it has little to no effort to it, which is basically what I would say for the majority of this release. It sounds rushed, it sounds effortless, and there's not really that much to it. I think that, like I said, you can find something sort of enjoyable about it, and the tracks for the most part are pretty catchy and give this vibe of like this trashy party feel of the 2000s. Beyond that though, this short EP is done in a really generic and basic way without offering that much outside of outdated 2000s era trash music. And like, especially if you're much bigger fans of Kim Petras and have much higher expectations, you're gonna be severely disappointed by this. Her effort on creating a completely hedonistic release from top to bottom didn't really work that greatly in my opinion. It's so simplistic to the point where it just becomes cringe, and so yeah, in my opinion, there's not really that much of a reason to give this a shot. I'm gonna give Slut Pop a 3+ out of 10. What's your opinion on this EP? Like it, dislike it, why, and what do you want me to review next time? Let me know down in the comments. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, subscribe for more content like this. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye.